Hello everyone, welcome back to Brickset. Today I'm going to be reviewing a Clone Wars set, which I'm yet to open here. This is set 9491 Geonosian Canon. This was based off of the Clone Wars TV show. This is one of the original Clone Wars sets, came out in 2012 and is depicting what I believe to be, the second Battle of Geonosis. So I'm going to open up, build it right here on Bricks. Alright, so I'm going to open the set right now. Before I do, if you do end up enjoying the video, please feel free to, of course, like it and maybe even do the very small but important consideration of subscribing. I do actually just have this butter knife I've used before. I generally find that it just keeps the box in better shape. That was a little loud though, but alright, well, before I look inside, here's the box art. You have the minifigs there instead of there. Or is it minifigs are in a different place? They have of course, all the information's in the same place. There's Darth Maul. On the back here, you can just see some of the, just a little more details about the set. Give you another quick look at that. And it's worth noticing that Star Wars logo. I believe a little bit different bit of coloring. Now I'm opening this up for the very first time. Oh my. I accidentally cut open one of the bags. Oh, that's funny. This has never happened before. It's bag one, at least, so good for that. Well, that's so strange. I've never had that happen before. In all of my couple of years of collecting, well, that's funny. Alright, but here is the instruction manual. It came a little bit folded, maybe slightly disappointing, but there is the front. Yep, I haven't actually looked into this to begin my live reaction to the instruction manual. Yep, that's what I thought. It's a basic instruction. Slightly different, but not enough. But of course, maybe we'll see some cool stuff in the back. Oh, wow, wait. We might even see a small little comic here, actually. Interesting. Maybe give you a little bit of a better look there. Oh, wow. Alright. That's interesting. That's cool. Oh, okay. That's cool, too. You get even better look at the set. Alright, so a couple of cool things in the back of the instruction manual. That's cool. Excuse me, but that's cool. I still cannot believe I accidentally cut open that bag. Whoa. Oh, wow. Hey. Look at this. The wings are on some sort of plastic. Oh wow, hey, that's interesting. That's also, I did not also expect that. And here's the second bag. The first bag contains all of the minifigures. Alright, so anything else besides parts that I accidentally cut? Oh, that's funny. I still cannot believe that I accidentally cut open the bag like that. That's pretty humorous. Alright, but you know, that's gonna be all for this first part of the video. A lot of pretty interesting stuff. Maybe I just want to just show you this real quickly again. I'm excited to see it. Well, wait a second. Do you have a... Alright, I'm interested to see how this works. This used to be 4 sets of wings. Oh, so is that like different poses? Alright, well, I'm very fascinated to see how this is going to work out in the instruction manual. I'll have to let you know once I'm done building it, and I'm going to turn off the camera, build this thing, then come right back to you. Alright, so I just finished building the set. It was a very short building process. It only took me like 10 to 20 minutes. It only has 132 pieces. So a very short build. Here's the Geonosian cannon. This is the main build in the set, but real quickly, I believe you only get like 3 extra pieces in the set. You get Technic Axle, arm, which is the most valuable thing out of all the extra pieces, and a trans stud. Actually no, there's one more here. This is by far the most valuable out of the extra pieces. Is a lever. I could put those to use in future mocks. Here's the Geonosian cannon. You know, this is from 2012. I think they did a pretty good job at this, honestly. Alright, there we go. Alright, so just starting at the sides here, I think that you get a lot of that color in this set, which is great. Yeah, and I think that that color can definitely be very useful for a Geonosian layout, so it seems to depict the color of it well. Get a couple of those 2x2s, and a lot of those more angled pieces, so it can also help you with doing some landscaping work. On the back, you get those pieces right there on the back there, which I think is a pretty interesting piece. They're on a black plate that is the length of these entire, I don't know, I call them like legs or feet or bases. I call them the two bases. Both of them are just about the same, of course, swapped because, you know, you have one on each side. But yeah, you know, the bases are pretty basic. Underneath here, the base, there's not too much real detail on it. You do have two missiles that come out. Interestingly, that doesn't fly out. I guess that's just a little bit of additional detail. What you do here, you have two of them here. Actually, I've not fired it before. Alright, let me see how far it'll go. That's decently far. Actually, that I think that for what it is, that's good. Of course, what is good about this set is that this base here can be angled, so you can get higher heights on the flick fire missiles. Of course, it becomes a little harder to access them on the bottom, but you know, I think that that's actually incorporated pretty well. It doesn't like ruin the look too much back here. Though that might be a little bit annoying. It's at a good place for kids to reach. And honestly, if you didn't like, if I was making a as I was making a layout on Geonosians, I was like, say, depicting the Battle of Geonosians, here or either the first or the second one, and you know, I wasn't interested in buying parts to make my own or buying instructions and buying the parts for custom ones. I'd actually think that this is a good enough model to use, especially if you can use a lot of them. You can, of course, just buy the parts of a Bricklink. It doesn't have that many parts, and you can, of course, remove those or just take them out of your Bricklink order. And honestly, yeah, it doesn't also ruin the look having those up there, and I think it really sells the fact that this is a cannon. And yeah, it has quite a bit of, it has a good amount of articulation in that range. Of course, these cannons would normally be used, I believe, you know, against probably more land vehicles, specifically ones probably in the air by its angle. But because these are the flick fire style of missiles, probably more appropriate for it to be going up, since of course they don't go as far, so they'll probably be angling down more. So I think it has a good amount of articulation. It will probably have, yeah, it'll have if you remove the black parts at the back, it'll have even more. In terms of minifig room, you have room right there and some levers for a Geonosian to operate it. You actually have, for what it is, you actually have a decent amount of space to pose other minifigures on here. Not only do you have that spot right there for the pilot, but you also have two other spaces, not only those. So in terms of like places to pose figures, this set actually has a good amount. Like both Geonosians can be on here, and you can probably even squeeze a couple more if you have extra lying around. I like that piece up there, and you just have a little bit of dish pieces. Now, speaking of dish pieces, you get quite a good amount of big ones for the cannon, which is appropriate. I actually like the design of the actual cannon part itself. It looks like a Geonosian cannon. It looks very like the style that they're going for. I really like how they did that there. I believe this was the only second Geonosian cannon that was made. And one of my favorite parts is how they use that piece there. That might actually be the first time I've gotten that piece. And all these, yeah, you know, all these dishes are used to great effect. Overall, this looks like a heavy-duty cannon. This looks like something, you know, that you might want to look out for. And overall, I'm pleased with the build. Yeah, now we're going to take a look at least for me, is the most exciting part, which is the minifigure. Alright, so here I believe are the two most interesting minifigs in the set, specifically by how the wings are done. I just managed to get both of them to fit on here, which I'm very happy about. Here's actually the plastic thing where the wings were, as shown at the beginning of the video. But yeah, you know, this is interesting. Like, it's very thick, and obviously the one that I got was a little bit folded from being in the box probably for so long, which is understandable. But honestly, these look surprisingly actually pretty good. Or like, additionally, I was a bit skeptical, like, did I get 4 sets of wings? That how the production works? No, they actually give you 2 sets of wings, but But yeah, look at that. That actually looks really good. I'm actually very happy. The only slight complaint is that there is just a little bit of text right there. But yeah, these wings look really good. These ones almost look like nice moth wings. These ones look all dead and tethered up, which is very appropriate for the character being depicted. You can see a little bit of the back printing. They actually look pretty similar, just mostly just color swap. This one may just look a little more rugged and dead. Now let's bring these guys back around. I love how they did their weapons. I think it looks great. It's like ion blasters or something like that. Yeah, and these head molds look really, really good. These are also just very massable figures too. They're extremely appropriate for the set, and yeah, the Geonosian zombies might be. It just is looking really good with all that gray and all those white marks all over, and just looks very dead. You know, no pupils in the eyes look great, and I love the negative printing in both these guys. Actually, one thing I like, the negative printing, hit printing there is much darker than it is there, which I think is a great detail. This guy just seems very dead, very zombie-like. And then moving over to the normal Geonosian, by the way, these are my first Geonosians in my collection, which I'm very excited about. I've been wanting to get this set for a while, actually, so I'm very, very pleased to finally be opening it up. Yeah, both of these guys look really good. One final thing I like to say, I like how he just looks really mean in the eyes there. Yeah, alright. Now we're moving on to the next two minifigs in this set. Alright, so for the next two minifigs, these are the good guys of the set, the guys that are trying to destroy the canon. This is Clone Wars Barriss Offee and Phase 1 Clone Commander Gree. Now, actually, this is a pretty interesting fact. I have Phase 1 clone minifigs, but ever since I started like collecting Lego instead of collecting with it, when I transitioned from, you know, playing with it as more of as a kid to collecting it, this is actually I have Phase 1 clones when I was a kid. I have a couple that I just bought in minifig lots. This is the very first set ever since I started collecting that I've bought that have had a Phase 1 clone trooper in it, which is pretty big for me, and out of all the clones to get, I'm very pleased that it's this one. But first, we're going to take a look at Barriss Offee. I do have another Barriss Offee minifig. This one's pretty interesting. She has this shorter dark blue cape, which is pretty accurate to the minifig. Of course, I've watched the episode that is based off of probably around 2 times. And yeah, now you can see the torso printing a little bit better there. I think it looks very, very nice. She doesn't have no leg printing, which, you know, is fine. I think, yeah, it's not really taken away from the look of the character. I like her skin tone. Her face uses that interesting Clone Wars art style that they don't use anymore. Of course, this is at the time where the Clone Wars line, I believe, was still in full swing in the good old days. But yeah, her face looks good, honestly. I don't really have, like, complaints about it. So this is not the soft clop cape, which is why I'm going to do my very best to show you the back. These can look good, but them seems like me a little bit of a pain here. You know what? How about this? I'm gonna get Clone Commander Gree out of the way so I aren't staring at get out of the way. I'm gonna look at Clone Commander Gree, then I'm gonna go to show you her back printing, just so you're not staring at him while I'm trying to get her cape. When I'm trying to work with her cape. Also, she has that nice blue lightsaber, looks good. Only one bubble in it, no chrome hilt, but you know, looks good though. Oh, I believe you do get an extra one of those, I do believe. One thing I forgot to mention, you actually get all 4 minifigs in the first bag, which is interesting. They don't spread it out. Clone Commander Gree is looking very nice. Of course, doesn't look nearly as cool as his Phase 2 variant. This is actually my very first Clone Commander Gree minifigure in my collection. He has very, very nice stripes. Almost it resembles 501st a lot, it seems to me. And yeah, he has this really nice Phase 1 helmet with of course, no connections for his helmet, but you can put him in if you have extras. He actually has leg printing, which a lot of clones didn't have back then. Nowadays, almost all of them do. But yeah, you can really just see so much of the really great green detailing on Gree. And he has that nice strap on his chest there. Yeah, this guy's looking good. He has that great helmet. Horus, he has the older, almost stranger type of clone face, which is, I guess, kind of appropriate. Yeah, overall, both of these minifigs are great, but I still have, excuse me for a moment here, as I am going to actually just take off Barris's cape. It'll only take a moment here. Yeah. Oh, all that for nothing. She has no back printing. Okay, so, yeah. Well, that is understandable, especially since it is the hard cloth cape. I definitely think that, it would have been nice, but I definitely don't really see what too much they could have put on her, as her torso printing on its own is a little bit plain, though it is accurate. But yeah, now on to the overview of this set. Alright, so here's my overview on the set, and like overall, I've been wanting to get this set for a while now. I've been looking at it on eBay for a couple months now, even, because I've been really trying to get some more older Clone Wars sets. The only other two I have is the Freako Speeder and the Hyena Droid Bomber. I have some others that would fit the Clone Wars area. Not really original, and I also really wanted to get one that had a clone trooper in it. In terms of the cannon, I think the cannon build is very solid. Of course, it may seem a little bit plain in terms of today's standards, but I think it even still hold up today for the most part. It'd be, yeah, but where the set really starts to shine is the minifigures. You get Clone Commander Gree. I know Gree's not exclusive. I'm sure that the Geonosian's not exclusive. I don't know about Barris. I don't think so. It's on the box. Actually, she might be. I know Clone Gree is not exclusive. He came in a book as well, but I'm sure that he is exclusive to the set. Of course, it's not a very cheap set. You can probably get it from the set probably goes brand new to like $40 on average, but you could definitely find it for less if you did some digging and waiting. But yeah, honestly, this set has great minifigs. You have 2 Geonosians to pilot the cannon, which is great, and you have 2 minifigs to go against it, so there's conflict in this too, and there's also too many. They could have just added 1 Geonosian, but they decided to add 2, not only one of them being a very unique one. Overall, I'm very happy with this set, and I'd be happy to also know your thoughts on it too. I have a couple more sets. I'm gonna try to open up all of my sets from Christmas before the school year, before school starts up again. So yeah, make sure you subscribe if you are enjoying my videos. I have a lot more reviews to come out, old vintage sets, new sets, all sorts of Lego Star Wars stuff, minifig comparisons, build comparisons, all stuff. So much stuff is coming here, so make sure you subscribe. If you end up enjoying the video, make sure you leave a like. Now I'll see you in my next video.